Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please. And as always, with Manchester United, there's a lot to discuss. Obviously, we will be discussing Arsenal, Manchester United's loss away at Arsenal 3-1. ERIK Ten Hag versus Jadon Sancho. I'll be giving my thoughts on that. I'm sure there'll be more questions as well that pop up from you lot in the chat. So big up to everyone who's supporting. It is rolled to 8,000 subscribers. It is rolled to, but make sure you hit the like button on the video. Vitally important you do that. Hit that like button on the video. Make sure you share this across all of the socials. And on top of those two things, subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. So let's hit that like I said, whether you're watching live right now, watching this back after the live. Big up to anyone listening on any of the audio platforms. Share across all the socials. Follow at Sarcasm City TV across all socials. I really could do with a social media team, but here we are. We are well on our way to that. And subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. Like I said, road to 8,000 subscribers. Of course, if you super chat, I'll get straight to your comments and questions as well. I will be, like I stated, I'll be giving my thoughts on everything, but I'm sure you lot have had plenty to say in the chat already. Big up to Warrior J, who says Jadon Sancho is expected to hold clear the air talks. ERIK Ten Hag, is expected to hold clear the air talks with Jadon Sancho. That's from Simon Jones at Mail Sport. Also, Jadon Sancho could now face disciplinary action over his statement after Manchester United's loss against Arsenal. That's from at Ty Marshall _MEN on Twitter. Big up to Sheik. I see you, Warrior J, of course, every single time. Lion says ERIK Ten Hag needs to be to blame for all this. Oh, what exactly? Are you talking about the Jadon Sancho situation? Are you talking about the loss to Arsenal? Are you talking about both? Let me know, people. I genuinely want to hear people's thoughts on this. Big up. Sancho is wrong for that, though, but I hear what man are saying. Anthony needs dropping, though. Does nothing attacking-wise in games. Can't dribble and go past the man. We'll be discussing this. JC says, bad mouthing a player just devalues the player. Never understand why managers do that. I do agree with that. I've never agreed with publicly criticizing your own players. Privately, criticize them all you want. Privately, behind closed doors, absolutely. But publicly, I do agree with that. And I don't believe Ten Hag should have said what he said in regards to Jadon Sancho. I don't think he should have. And I hear the flip side as well when people say, oh, he shouldn't have responded like that. If I'm Jadon Sancho, well, it all stems down to my biggest, not issue, but the biggest problem I have with this situation is we don't know who's right and who's wrong in regards to the training situation. That's why I find it tough. Guess what? If Jadon Sancho isn't training well and is not up to the standards and Ten Hag criticizes him publicly, fair dues. Like, I understand, because it's not like ERIK Ten Hag just said it. He got asked about the situation. Whereas on the flip side, if ERIK Ten Hag is unfairly targeting and unfairly criticizing Jadon Sancho, I understand Jadon Sancho's response. That's the biggest issue, because we don't watch training and we don't know what's going on. That's why I can't really comment on it. And this wouldn't surprise me, because there seems to be more. Can someone actually drop Jadon Sancho's statement in the chat? I know it's a long statement, but if you can do it in like 2s or 3s, that'd be great. Like 2 or 3 comments. Bear with me, people. I have to go get something for this cough as well. That's why I was slightly late. I don't even have the cough medicine yet, but we move. Ten Hag and some Manchester United staff have not been happy with Jadon Sancho's training levels. Tensions have been circling for a few weeks, and that's from Fabrizio Romano. And that's what was telling in a statement, that he said 2 things that caught my attention and caught my eye. One, that he said he's been scapegoated. And 2, he said something along, I'm paraphrasing, but it was something along the lines of there's many reasons. So that goes to show it's not just this week of training. There's much more, and he's been scapegoated. And normally I don't want more from players, because players be talking too much, and when they do the paragraphs after games, I actually wanted the paragraphs. I wanted a novel. Like, what did he mean by that in terms of more reasons to this and how he's been scapegoated? Stephanie G, I see you. Big up as well. My problem is with any employee with thousands of people following, let their name be dragged and not want to clear themselves. I hear that, Jevi R9. That's why I'm not saying I don't think Jadon Sancho's wrong in responding. However, if he isn't performing well, he is. But then again, it should have been dealt with privately. Because I know whether I've been training well or not training well, if I get called out publicly, I would respond publicly. That's just me. That is just me. Big up to my guy Matthew. Always good to see you in the chat. Says, big up Flawless. When is it possible to have a day with no drama with this club? You got the Sancho stuff and now the Anthony stuff. Sancho, they should have sold. It was obvious Ten Hag didn't want him. And that's where the issue lies. I said all summer long, we should have moved him on. Should have moved him on. And that's not because I think he's a terrible player. I've said I think he's very talented. And I think if he goes elsewhere, he will be successful. I just don't think he'll be a success here. We should have moved him on. Even though he was playing false nine in preseason, and the only place I see him being successful is centrally. So whether that's as a false nine or whether that's as a 10, we don't really play with a 10 now. So it's only the false nine, and we signed Højlund. Where's he going to get game time? From when Martial and Rashford were both playing ahead of him as a number 9, that tells you where the manager was at with him. Because I would personally wanted to see him against Wolves. I wanted to see him against Wolves. I wanted to see him against Spurs. That starts, by the way. I wanted to see him against Forest, and I would have started him against Arsenal as well. So our 4 Premier League games we've actually played, I've wanted to see him play, and we haven't seen him play as a false 9. So that goes to show where the manager rates him and where the manager has him in his plans. Yeah, Warrior J, I'll give my thoughts on the game. Don't worry about that. I'll give my thoughts on the game. Taloma Sports, see, this is where I think it's over the top. He says, I'm not a Manchester United fan, but Sancho has been garbage. Doesn't seem dedicated enough to be a top player. He hasn't been good for Manchester United. Garbage, I think, is fair. That's why I said sell him on. But to say he doesn't seem dedicated based off of what? What are we basing this off? That's just not... Yeah, what are we basing this off? That's like when I seen yesterday when I was on Saeed's channel and there was super chats from multiple people saying, oh, it's obvious he's been bad in training. How do we know? Like, let's stop talking. So, yeah, to say he doesn't seem dedicated enough, what are we basing that off? I don't understand that. I really don't. Jack says, I'm completely with Sancho. This manager clearly has favorites. He doesn't hold players accountable for their performances. He doesn't drop Bruno, Rashford, and Shaw at all, even after a 7-0 defeat. The thing is with this is we don't know if that's an issue for Sancho didn't say that in his statement. People, again, this is all speculation. That's why many other reasons Sancho didn't say the manager has his favorites. You don't say that. Does the manager have his favorites? Absolutely. But does he get more results? Does he get most results? Right. Yeah. That's why you can't really criticize like that. Does the manager get the results? More often than not, yeah, he gets good results. Obviously, Arsenal, it wasn't. But I don't really put Arsenal on him, which I will get into shortly. So, yeah, the manager does have he does have his favorites. But Jadon Sancho never said anything about favorites. Never said anything about that in the statement. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. If he said the manager not dropping players ahead of me and me not getting much, I didn't see that. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. Let's see what it is. Rajun says, do you think this is one of those times when a manager calls out a player hoping for a response? Maybe. It could be. I would certainly, if that is the case, I'm all for it. Sometimes a player needs to kick up the ass publicly to them respond. Maybe we see the best Jadon Sancho after the international break. And then who would we give credit to? We'd give credit to Jadon Sancho for turning it around, and we give credit to Ten Hag too. So maybe. Yeah, please don't believe everything you read. I will not allow people saying things that are completely untrue. I've conducted myself in training very well this week. I believe there are other reasons. Okay, so again, speculations because he never stated what these other reasons are. And yeah, Warrior J, I love this attitude issue. When people talk about his dedication, his attitude, we don't know him. So unless you know Jadon Sancho, I'm not hearing about attitude problem because you don't know him. We don't know him. You know what I'm saying? And when you are asking tone and you stand up for yourself, you can get labeled with attitude. I've been in workplaces and it's happened to me. I've been in multiple workplaces. And because I will stand up to myself, to a boss or whoever and talk back, I've been told, oh, you have an attitude problem. I'm saying, no, I just stand up for myself. There's a big, big difference. And like I've said before, I'll say again, it only gets labeled at players of my skin tone. Don't get labeled, nope. You know what I'm saying? Attitude problem. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? But Luke Shaw turns up to work unprofessional. No one don't talk about his attitude. I'm saying, like, okay. Just saying, people, you know what I'm saying? When certain club legends have had it in transfer requests at our football club, no one did mention no attitude problem. Just saying. Jab says, Flawless, the club wants Sancho to leave, so they're using Ten Hag as a puppet to save their money off the wage bill, which is why Ten Hag lied. Ten Hag lied about what? What did Ten Hag lie about? Again, you lot doing speculation. What did he lie? I'm lost to this. What did he lie about? And in regards to using them as a puppet to save money off the wage bill, I don't know if it was you, Jab. Someone said this the other week. All the players we wanted to let go, we let go. We're glad the wage bill got reduced. That's not with the Glazers. I think we all wanted that. Who did we sell? Did we sell someone that we wanted to keep and I missed this? Well, hey, we move. JVR9 says, even if he didn't train well, saying that publicly, knowing our fan base, they're going to be onto man. Now Sancho has mental issues, that doesn't help. I just think it's deflecting the loss. In regards to if he's mentally not well, then he needs to be removed from the and when I say removed from the situation, not sold, not put on loan, but he needs to be given a break. If you are not mentally in the state to be playing football, you need to be moved on. However, we don't know that if that's the case or not. Jadon Sancho himself has not come out and said anything to my knowledge this season about or over the preseason period when he was actually playing well. You lot were telling me he was playing well in preseason. And I seen the goal he scored against Arsenal in preseason as well. You lot were telling me that he was performing well. So again, speculation. Let's not state opinions as facts because we don't know. There's been nothing said. Big up to Jez every single time as well. Oh yeah, this is continued from Sheik. Says, this matter that I won't go into. I've been a scapegoat for a long time, which isn't fair. All I want to do is play football with a smile on my face and contribute to the team. And that was the key thing to me, where he said, I've been a scapegoat for a long time. I would really know I would really love him to go further and talk about what exactly he means by that. To Thomas B, who says, Sancho made his bed. How can anyone defend him at Manchester United? He can be good, just not good at Manchester United. I think people are defending him, not his performances, but in terms of what Ten Hag said. And when you say he's made his bed, in what sense did he make his bed? Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, like, what are we talking about? I'm lost. Yeah, Chatspot, the thing is with the switching of the team, I would like to see him drop players for poor performances, but he coached a win against Arsenal. That's not on him. He coached a win against Spurs, more so on him. He got that wrong. Against Arsenal, I blame the players more. He coached a win. We gifted Arsenal 2 goals. If we don't gift Arsenal those 2 goals, we win that match. And everyone's saying, all hail Ten Hag, all hail the players, what a performance away from home, going to the Emirates early season and winning. He coached a win. We gifted them 2 goals. He coached a win. He put the correct team out. We had the correct plan of attack. The tactics were spot on. We limited them from an offensive standpoint. Didn't create too much, but we don't create too much anyway because our attackers ain't really good. But we created enough to win the game. You know what I'm saying? Nah, no worries, Sheik, man. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? You dropped the car. I know that it was a big statement, so it's calm. But yeah, you can blame the manager in terms of personnel, like in previous games, but I'm talking solely the Arsenal game. Solely the Arsenal game, he coached to win. We gifted them 2 unforgivable goals. Same way against Forest, we gifted them 2 unforgivable goals. We got to pattern up. That's concentration. That's just being switched on. And that's something this team is not because these players are just not very good. Now, some of that is on Ten Hag because some of these are his players. But against Arsenal, I put the vast majority of the blame on that loss on the players because we should have got something. Worst case scenario, we should have got a draw. Worst case scenario, we should have got a draw. But hey, we move. Hey, before we continue, over 70 people, just under 80 people in the building. Only at 25 likes. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Let's bump this up to 50 likes. Let's double the likes, people. What's going on, man? Moving way too slow. Let's see if we've had any new subscribers as well. Continue to get your questions in. I'm starring the best questions. I'm doing the best I can. We're at 7,896 subscribers. 4 more subs, people. 4 more subs. Get us to 7,900. But by the time the stream ends, we want to be less than 100 away from 8,000 so we can do an 8,000 subscriber party. I don't know what I'm going to do for the 8K subscriber party. I'm not going to lie. Probably just get waved. I'm not going to lie. Big up the young G Nero in the chat. I see you. I don't believe Ten Hag should have thrown Sancho under the bus, should have spoken to Sancho privately. Do I hear that? No. I hear that. He should have. Definitely. To Jack, who says Ten Hag lies about everything. That's most managers in, I don't know how old you are, Jack. That's most managers. That's most managers. Sir Alex Ferguson lied all the time in press conferences. Mourinho lies all the time. Pep lies. These managers lie all the time in press conferences. And I get it. I would lie too. That's why I don't pay no attention to press conferences. Why do you think all the time I've been content creating, I've never done a reaction to a press conference that a manager's done? Whether that's Ten Hag, whether that's Oli, whether that's Mourinho, whether that's Van Gaal. Never. Never. Because I know, like, they lie about everything. Like, I'm fully aware that they lie. And I get why they lie. Hey, Jabs, I just got the new kit. That's why it's the first time here. I just got this. Bear in mind, it was a plug. I didn't pay for it. Never put money in the Glazers' pockets now. Come on. Hey, you already know, Warrior J. You know the bar. Flawless. International break started, but there's always something with Manchester United. You already know, and this go rumble on for the entire duration of the international break. Big up Flawless. Big up Always. Says, you reckon if we lasted with Martinez and Lindelof, we come out with a draw? Our defending on corners always been shambolic. Maybe. That's what I'd say. But the crazy part is the goal we conceded from the corner with Rice, it happened in the first half with Nketiah. So that goes to show it's not a one-off. Same way we conceded the goal against Forest from the free kick, just not marking up. This is basic defending. Basic. Again, concentration. Big up TK Aces, big up Flawless, close game yesterday. Yeah, 1-3-1 game, but props to Arsenal. They took their chances. Yes, Flawless, I don't care if Sancho's here or not. I'm tired of the same BS players playing rubbish every week. I disagree with that because I don't think they play rubbish every week. But that's just me. I don't think they play rubbish every week. I think it's a handful. I think it's a handful playing rubbish every week. Obviously, this new season has been, but then again, I don't rate the players off the bench. Who we talking about, really? Like, who we really playing? Like, who you talking about? Onana's Onana. Wan-Bissaka, cool. I don't really have any issues with his performances. Dalot, the same. Martinez, the same. Varane, once he was injured, the same. Lindelof's not played week in, week out. Casemiro, cool. Eriksen's just come back into the side. Bruno'd. Anthony is the one I want to see get dropped. Rashford's moved back out left and has looked better. Martial's played 2 matches. So I can't really go. I don't know how many. Minus Anthony, there's no player that I think have really disappointed over the 4 games. Like, for real. Like, when I look at it, I can't really put it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's only Anthony. It's Martial, to my knowledge, I don't think he's played. Did he play all 4 games? If Martial did, I throw him in the mix. But what I'm saying is it's a handful of players out of the 11. But that's just me, though. Milestones to Million says, yo, gets the likes up. Thanks, Flawless, for the content. Hey, big up, man. Big up. You already know. Big up. To James, who says, Flawless, you see Onana playing balls over the top to Rashford, not to the midfielders. Told you Manchester United have no press-resistant midfielders. James, why are you saying everything we already know? Everybody knows Manchester United don't have press-resistant midfielders like that. But what's this got to do with anything? As many times in the game, in particular in the first half, Onana played the ball short to the defenders. Lindelof and Martinez were on the ball. They were the 2. We just didn't progress the ball well for various reasons. But we're not seeing the whole pitch, so it's tough to say on TV. But yeah, I don't get this point. I'm lost, to be honest. I'm lost. Hey, Sheik, we should have done this. We should have sell Sancho for 30 to 40 million and go get a better creator for our team. We should have. We should have done this. Should have went and sold him and went and signed, ironically, the guy who's tearing it up at Spurs, James Maddison. I said this. You know what I'm saying? Embarrassing. Well, here we are. M says, yo, Flawless, I know it's not possible, but would you prefer to see a midfield free of Cass, Amrabat, and Eriksen? Because this Bruno's playing against us. This, M, you've been here long enough. It's like you're in my brain. This would be my midfield free. I'd play this all the time. This is the midfield I would go with. Like, every game. Whether it's away at the Emirates or at home to Luton Town. This is the midfield free I'd go with. I think it's our best midfield. I think it's our 3 best individual midfielders. I think it's our best collection of midfielders as well. We're not going to see it. And that's on Ten Hag. That is on Ten Hag. That's something I will criticize him for, is continuing to persist with Bruno. 100%. But that's the midfield free I would personally want to see. It would. It is. This guy needs to get a life, this Jack guy. Not you, Jack, the member, the other Jack. Not you. Messenger says, I'm really trying. I'm doing my best to get through all the comments, people. I really am. Why are people calling for Ten Hag's head after 4 games? I'm honestly so confused because I thought last season was a success. What changed? People are very emotional, Messenger, and can't critique in isolation. Word to Matisse. I can criticize him in these first 4 games in isolation. I'm not going to call for his head because if we had won these 4 games and looked phenomenal, I wouldn't be like, we're going to win it all, build a statue of him outside the stadium. I can critique and I can praise in isolation. And the reason why I'm not on his case so much about the Arsenal game is because he coached a win. We should have got something from that game. Like I said, worst case scenario, draw. Them 2 goals we gave away are nothing to do with the manager. They're nothing to do with the system. They're nothing to do with the setup. Unforgivable goals to give away. You've just scored, get organized and don't concede. What, 10, 15, 20 seconds later, Odegaard's having a free shot on the edge of the box. That's the team on the pitch. Someone bring someone down, tactical foul, be smart. Slow them down. How have we got every man behind the ball and we concede straight after we scored? Keep it tight for 5-10 minutes. That's all we need to do. Fouls, you get what I'm saying? Like a foul here, someone get a booking, or Bruno get a booking, or Anthony or someone get a booking. Slow it down. And then the second goal is unforgivable. Last minute of the game, 1-1, away at Arsenal. And Rice has time to bring the ball down from a corner to his feet and shoot. And no one's within 2-3 yards of him. And like I said, Nketiah did the exact same thing in the first half. That's basic organization. That's not being switched on. There's nothing to do with tactics. There's nothing to do with skill set. Nothing to do with player personnel whatsoever. That's just basic defending. At the lowest level, Saturday League and Sunday League, you shouldn't concede goals like that. Sad, never mind at the highest level, which is professional football, Manchester United versus Arsenal. You coached to win. Coach to win for all the deficiencies of the team, which we have, like going forward, like I've said already about our lack of creativity because we don't create enough and we don't score enough. We coach to win. Forget VAR. I don't even want to hear about VAR and whether Garnacho was offside and whether it was a foul for their second goal. Defend properly. Word to lead judges, I see him say this on AFTV all the time when he's talking about Arsenal. That's what it is. Defend properly. That's basic defending. If Odegaard picks the ball up, sticks it top bins from 40 yards, hold my hands up. Saka picks the ball up, goes past 3-4 man, and sticks it bottom bins. You go, you know what? That's just Saka being Saka. That's Odegaard. It's a moment of quality. But we gifted them 2 goals. Same way we gifted Forest 2 goals. But the difference is Arsenal are much better than Forest, so it's much tougher to overcome that. Can't just be giving away balls. Can't just give it up. Let's see what else you lot are saying. Onana played more passes than Bruno, and your defense played more, the most passing in your team. Your possession was on top of your penalty box. Yeah, James, I watched the game. Yes, it was. I agreed. Ten Hag called out Sancho as a deflection tactic. No one's talking about Arsenal result. Everyone talking about Sancho. Double A mentioned this. Oh, Kaneki, don't worry, man. I got the fan calling show on the Kick coming up tonight, 8:30 on the Kick. So you can call in then. Everyone talking about Sancho. If that's the case, and big up to Double A because he mentioned it on Saeed's channel, that's smart. Sir Alex Ferguson used to do this shit all the time. All the time. Anytime Manchester United had a bad loss, go back and just Google some of Sir Alex Ferguson's most outrageous remarks. If that's the case, smart. Do I believe he did it? No, but if he did, props to you. You know what I'm saying? Props to you if that's the case. Because no one's talking about the 3-1 defeat. Yeah, Sheik, the less said about Evans and Maguire at the back, the better. You know what I'm saying? The less said, the better. Let's see. Voice of Reason says we can't expect more from the players. We have facts. All the manager can do is coach the best he can with the players, is which he has. Flawless thoughts on R9 so far. Man, got the Danish flag. Bright. What's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Bright cameo. Bright cameo. I liked what I've seen, and I think he'll be a success. That just backs up what I already thought. I think he'll get goals. I think he'll get assists, and I think he'll be a great foil for over attackers as well. And I think he'll improve our overall attack. So yeah, I'm all over it. I'm all for it, should I say? Nah, I didn't hear the crowd because I had it on mute, so I didn't hear the crowd mute. You had hear the crowd mute. Don't worry, Kaneki, man. Yeah, man, relax. The calling shows tonight, man. I don't even normally do them on Mondays, but you'll get the calling show tonight. Relax, man. I got you. 8:30 on the Kick. 8:30 on the Kick. Big up. Okay, James, Ten Hag's confused. Yeah, we know this already. We've said this. People be in the comment stuff saying stuff that we already know. This is funny, yo. Sorry, Fadi. This made me laugh, yo. Flawless, you are my guy. But did you just ask these players to be smart? That's funny. That's funny. You know what? I did. You're right, Fadi. I forgot who I was talking about. I forgot. Sorry. This is crap me up. It's the first sentence that's funny. Flawless, you are my guy, and then the book, but like, yeah, you right. Fadi, you right. Yeah. You right. You got me. You got me. You got me. Yeah. You got me. But I'm just asking him to defend. I can do that. I'm not asking him to be smart. I'm just asking him to defend properly and don't give up easy goals. Don't give up easy goals. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking for. Big up to Nick, who says, when the Garnacho goal was disallowed, our heads dropped and we just gave up, especially when Rice scored. Players of old would have fought right to the very end. Some of these players got no spine. The crazy part is I knew we was going to concede. Go check the watch along on the channel, people. When the corner was given away, I said, they're going to score here. Because I've seen these players fold away from home too many times when the going gets tough. And that's exactly what happened. The going gets tough and we fold. That's just legit what it is. Wait, are we only at 38 likes, man? 50 likes. Girls up, man. 50 likes. What are we doing, man? Like check 1212. Hella lazy with the likes, man. You lot patting up the likes. This is not good enough, man. What is going on? It's Manchester United away performance. What is happening? What is happening? And hit the subscribe button. We're free short of 7,900. Free short of 7,900. Let me actually post this out in my story on the gram as well. Continue to get your questions in, people. Continue to get your questions in. But like I said, I don't have no issue with how the manager set us up in the Arsenal game. Like how actually the performance was solid. From a defensive standpoint, we was good. We limited Arsenal, who have one of the best attacks in the league, whether you think it's top 2, top 3, whatever. Saka was quiet. Martinelli was quiet. And Nketiah was quiet. Odegaard, minus the equalizer, we kept him fairly quiet. Like, we did the business. We did the business. We can't really... But, again, you can't give away silly goals like that. You can't give away silly goals like that and expect to not get punished and not lose games. Like, what are we doing? Well, if we set up like that away from home, obviously you add Amrabat into the mix as well. Varane's a big miss. Add those two in, I think we'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, chat missing the like button, like Havertz missing the ball. Yeah, it's like, what's going on, man? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, let's bump up these likes. Let's see how many likes we're actually on. Have we even gone up? Are we even over 40? Right, we're at 40. Get us up to 50. Get us up to 50. What are we doing? Flawless, any United players gave you a disappointing performance unexpectedly in these 4 games? No, because I know the levels of these players. Only person I'd say had underwhelming has been Martinez, but I don't think he's 110% fit. But if you're out on the pitch, we're going to judge you. Well, minus Martinez, who I thought he was actually, that was the best I've seen him yesterday. Minus him, that's pretty much it. Because he's the only player I expect things from. Casemiro's been better the past 2 games. I thought he was solid yesterday. Because it's not like Arsenal ran through our midfield. So I thought he was solid yesterday. And I thought against Forest, he stepped up when we was 2-0 down. He was one of them players who stood up and was counted. So, yeah, to answer your question, just Martinez. Because the only people I expect anything from are Martinez, Varane, Casemiro. They're the only players I'm like, I can rely on and go, you're going to perform despite what else is going on. You're gonna perform. I don't really have too much else. I don't have too much faith in anyone else. Like, I know if we get the ball out to Rashford, he's gonna do something more often than not. When I say he's gonna do something more often than not, he'll do something in a game. That's what I'd say. I know Rashford gonna do something, and we seen it yesterday. We scored 4 goals. Our last 4 goals, he's been involved in all 4. I know what he's gonna bring me for all his deficiencies, and he has deficiencies. He's the only attacker I can rely on to do anything. I don't trust any of these other attackers to do anything at all. People say, "Oh, he's a moments player." I wish our over attackers were moments players. I wish. I really, really wish. Really wish. For real. But I disagree with this. As Casemiro struggling, to be honest, just looks really unfit. I can't lie. He looked fine yesterday. Because Rice and Odegaard got no change out of him yesterday. It's not like our midfield got ran through, because if it was like the Wolves game, everyone would be talking about it. He was fine against Arsenal. He was fine against Forest. But hey, we moved and played his part in both. He played his part in the Forest win and played his part in a pretty good performance against Arsenal. He did what he did from a defensive standpoint. Big up to my guy Eddie. Love every time, brother. So shout out to the hardest working and realest brother on YouTube. A1 content, don't stop. Hit the like. You already know, man. We're gonna keep this show rolling. You're gonna keep it rolling. Away says, is it just me or am I being harsh on Rashford's overall play? It's shocking, but he pops up with a goal a couple times. Second half where he was selfish and Højlund and Anthony were free. I think it's on a case-by-case basis. I don't think he was good against Arsenal, but then again, I don't think he had a lot of the ball. And when he did, obviously, he created the goal for himself pretty much. Good pass from Eriksen, and then he did what he did. In regards to not passing, where I would say the criticism is over the top is him not passing the ball to Højlund and Anthony. Every attacker does that every game. Every single attacker does that every game, but we pinpoint him. There's times Anthony should have passed the ball. There's a time where you could say Højlund should have laid the ball off, but we won't talk about that. There's times where Bruno should lay the ball off, but doesn't. All attackers make incorrect decisions, but it's like it's a pile-on Rashford thing. Like he's the only one who does it. But then people will say, oh, he makes poor decisions. His overall game is poor. But then expect more from him. Why do you expect so much from a player? Not you always, but people expect so much from a player they don't rate. That makes no sense to me. If you think Rashford is overrated and his decision-making shocking and he has zero footballing IQ, why are you expecting him to make good decisions? It's obvious. It's like playing me up front for Manchester United and expecting me to score 20, 25 goals. It's never going to happen. And then getting mad, yo, Flawless, why are you not scoring? Because I'm not good enough. Like, what are we talking about? With Rashford, I understand. I understand what he is. He is a moments player for the most part. Doesn't mean he can't have good performances overall. But when the team is not playing well, I know what I'm going to get from you. So delivering those moments. That's what I'm expecting for him. Delivering moments. Get me goals and assists in moments. Because I know you're pretty much out there by yourself. Because I don't rate the attackers around you. Martial, forget Højlund for a sec, because obviously he's new, but Martial, you started with Martial, Bruno, Anthony. You got no help, in my opinion, because I don't rate any of those three. You have zero help. So I'm not going to criticize you for having moments, because these men don't have anything else. They don't have good overall play, and they don't have moments. What did any of those three do from an attacking standpoint? Nothing. They did nothing going forward. Martial, nothing. Bruno, nothing. Anthony, nothing. Well, we'll criticize the one guy who actually did something. And I'm not saying all hail him. I'm saying he should be lowest of the list of criticism. It should be Bruno, Martial, Anthony. That should be top of the list. He out there by himself. And I don't think he's world class. And that says, Flawless, why do I believe Ten Hag betrayed us? Really hope for a manager who's not using Bruno as the focal point. Would you put too much faith in the manager? That's why you feel he betrayed you. Never put too much faith in anyone. You have to do stuff on a case-by-case basis. Judge these things on a case-by-case basis. That's what I'd say. To Boss Robocart says, because he's got pace, he's shocking. Because he's got pace, he's shocking as a footballer. So then I don't want to hear any criticism from you about Rashford if you think he's shocking as a footballer. A shocking footballer plays shocking and we're surprised. That don't make no sense. I don't personally think he's shocking, but each to their own. Each to their own. Shikar says, question, Flawless. I know it's only 4 games in, but as much as we praise Onana on the ball capabilities, do you think it's fair to raise questions on his shot-stopping ability? He's been poor, in my opinion. Nah, because there's no goal he's conceded where I go, you should have saved it. The Arsenal goal, the Rice goal, initially I said he should have saved it, but it took a deflection. A shot in the box takes a deflection. I'm not getting onto the goalkeeper for not saving it. That's just me. So I don't have any issues. There's no goal we've conceded. I look at him shot stopping. For the one-year goal against Forest, the one you fake shotted him, it's going to happen. You fake shotted him and he dived, it's going to happen. Flawless making excuses for this guy. Him and Bruno are the same. Hope Ten Hag next year phase them out is better there. Who am I making excuses for? Who am I making excuses for? Well, it's going to be good. Who exactly am I making excuses for? Flawless, when Rashford makes attacking runs, have you noticed how his head is down and not looking at who is available? Not all the time. Some of the time, yeah. Not all of the time. No. Some of the time, yes. But it's not every single time. But then again, I don't particularly want him passing to these men anyway. Who are you passing to? I'm saying, who you passing to? Yeah, it took a deflection off Evans. It did. Rashford was definitely our best attacking player yesterday. 110%, Brian. Without doubt. He was easily our best attacking player. It was the only threat we had. If he don't play, we don't score over these. I don't think people realize we scored 0 goals in his last 2 games if you take him out of this team. His whole body was near the ball after the deflection. He got to save that for me. I think that's very unfair. I think that's very unfair that someone took a shot from 8 yards out and it took a deflection and he scores. But hey, he's entitled to your opinion. I just think that's unfair. I think that's very unfair. The pace that ball's going out, where Rice has whacked that ball, but hey, people want to criticize Onana for that. Cool. That's not on me. I don't get it either. Imagine hating on that only goal for it. Don't get it. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I really don't understand like hating on his. And because of the way he plays, he does create space for others. Just because they don't do anything with the space, he still creates space for others. He did well to get a hand on it, to be honest, always. It's tough, though. He's been hit at pace and took a deflection. I can't blame. That's just me. I'll never blame a goalkeeper for a shot inside the box, taking a deflection and him not saving that. No. I'm sorry. That's just me, though. But people want to pile on Onana in it. I'm just not with it. Let's see what else. Jess says, would you like to see United play a couple games? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not. No, I don't want to see us play without Rashford. And play who? No. Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. I ain't trying to see us without. I play who over that side? Who's giving us what? Take his moments away. Take him out. We don't score. We don't score in the last 2 games. We scored 4 goals in the last 2 games. Take him out. We scored 0. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Again, see, Boss Robo Court's putting words in my mouth, and this is just typical of it. So let me just get to this. And just because you score don't mean you had a good game. I'm sick of this. Francis right about these man and Ten Hag, but big up, bro. In regards to it, though, also you weren't aimed this at me, so all right, fair. But did you not say I was defending him or something like that? But in regards to, nobody said Rashford had a good game. I've not seen anybody say Rashford's had a good game. So I don't know. Put names on the bullets. Word to Alam. Who said Rashford had a good game? I legit said Rashford didn't have a good game. I think his overall game was very, very, not very poor. That's too harsh. But I don't think his overall game was very good. No. I think he did his defensive work, though. That's something people have criticized him for very heavily. Defensively, he did his job. Which he's lazy. That's got dispelled because yesterday he did the business going the other way. So I don't think he had a good game overall. The point that I'm making is he's a moments player. I wish we had other moments players. I wish. Our other attackers don't even have moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? Like, our other attackers don't have moments. I would love for our right winger, our striker, and our number 10 to have moments. Then we'd have 4 players who have moments. If all 4 of them had 3 moments a game, that's 12 moments. We have 12 good opportunities to score. We'll probably win more. Would it look good? No. Is it sustainable to go win a trophy? No. But we all know we need better personnel. I've been banging on about this all summer long. We don't have enough goals and creativity in this team. That's some on the players. That's some on the manager because he's went and addressed that. That's what it is. Like, what are we talking about? These men don't. I keep talking about it. Impact. One thing Rashford has at the very worst is impact. Impacting games. And because of the way he plays, it's going to help others. Because he's just taking attention when no one has any impact. Bruno, Martial, Anthony did nothing, and we had enough of the ball. We had enough of the ball, and we're in the game. Like, what are we talking about? All right, that's it. Big up to Eddie as well. Make sure you bump up the likes as well. So I'm not defending anyone. I'm just saying what it is. I don't get the pile on Rashford. I don't get the pile on Onana. I don't get the pile on Casemiro. I really don't understand it. I don't get it. When they're 3 of our better players. Now you can criticize individual performances. Cool. That's not an Onana that lost against Arsenal. Casemiro's definitely not. That loss is definitely not on him. And the loss is not on Rashford either. Would I have liked to have seen him do more in a couple situations? Yes. None of our, when else did outside of Højlund, none of our other attackers got in any situations at all. Oh, yeah, there was the one through ball Bruno played to Martial, and he had the shot from the tight angle. And then Rashford shot on the rebound, and I think it was either Saliba or was that Ben White who blocked it. This is what I love about your channel. Your comments get read out. Nothing but love, bro. You already know, man. I like discussing and debating with the chat and answering questions because I can learn something new. And look, I never looked at it that way. That's a valid point. Like when, I forgot who said it earlier, said, Flawless, you're my guy. But come on, bro, you're asking these players to be smart. He right. Yeah, man, you already know. You from ends then, man. Said, man, from Longside, well, close to you. Big up the thing. Yeah, man, you already know. You from ends, man. So big up. Always, man. It's good to see Manchester man in here. For real. Big up everyone. Large up Star Lord. Good to see you in the chat. What's our best starting 11 in your opinion? Everyone fit? Onana, Dalot, Varane, Martinez, Malacio, Casemiro, Amrabat, Eriksen, Rashford, Højlund. Anthony's been awful. I'd throw Diallo out there. Everyone fit? Diallo. I'd throw Diallo. That's what I'd say. Yeah. Yes, even Eddie's saying it. There's hella people to speak on before Rashford, and y'all know how I feel about Rashford. Eddie's on here on Fridays on the ManDem United edition on that day, and he's on Q&As and can join these as well. And yeah, like I said, I just don't get it. Like, there's two separate things, people. If you want to talk about the game and you want to talk about overall, they're two separate issues. If we're talking about the Arsenal game, that's not on Rashford. If you want to talk about his overall deficiencies in general, cool. Same with the manager. Talk about his overall deficiencies, cool. But that game against Arsenal, he coached to win. He settles up to win. He coached to win. We went a goal up, limited Arsenal. None of us were expecting that performance. Or I should say, the vast majority of us. I know I wasn't. I was dreading it. And I was like, this is a good performance. Even though we lost 3-1, I look at the performance and go, it was actually a decent performance. Like, we were solid. I've been waiting for us to perform like that. I didn't know if we could. I'm like, all right, we can. But we gave away 2 sloppy goals. You cannot give away sloppy goals like that at the highest level. Just gifting Arsenal goals. We gifted them their first 2. Third one happens, you're chasing the game and you get hit on the break. That can happen. As often as you mention, our main issue is the lack of creativity. Rashford excels in the final phase when given opportunities. To overcome his limitations, we need more creative players around him. I hear you, because he has deficiencies in his game. I mean, he's not a world-class. He's not a world-class footballer. We know he's not a world-class footballer. We know what is good, what's not good. So let's work towards his strengths and try to limit his deficiencies. But the reason we can't limit his deficiencies because he's out there by himself. Now, Højlund may change that. And I think Højlund will change that to an extent, so it's not just on him. Our entire attack depends on him. Whether you rate him or not is a whole different conversation. Our entire attack relies on that man. Our entire attack last season relied on him. We scored 58 league goals. He got 18. 58 league goals we scored, and he got 18 of them shits. 18. What are we talking about? So that means take away his goals. We scored, you don't know I can't do maths, 40. So that means he by himself scored almost half. He almost had half of what the rest of the team had. He got 18. The rest of the team, no. I can't, you don't know I can't do maths. Yeah, the rest of the team got, yeah, he got 18. The rest of the team got 30. Wait, no, that's 48. 40, sorry. Yes. He got 18 by himself. The rest of the team got 40. That means Rashford alone almost got half of what the entire team got. And we criticize him. Make it make sense. Take his goals out. We Chelsea from last season. We Chelsea from this season, to be honest. And what are we doing? You scored how many goals this season? We scored the 1 against Wolves, 3 against Forest, 1 against Arsenal. Am I right in saying that? Because we lost the Spurs. Was it 2-0? Yeah, we lost to Spurs. So we scored what? 1 against Wolves, 3 against Forest, 1 against Arsenal. So we scored 5 goals this season. And he's been involved in 4 out of 5. Whether that's scoring, whether that's assisting or being involved in the move. And we criticize him. Like, I'm not saying he's the answer. I've already said if we got a great offer for him, I'd move him on and improve. But he is not the main issue. He is far from the major issue. Because he's the only attacker who does anything. I really don't get the pile on it. I'm really lost. Big up to Stephen Williams, says, keep up the good work, Flawless, you already know. Do you do a member thing on this channel? Yeah, the link's in the pinned comment, Boss Robocuts. I drop it. But if you check the pinned comment, it's there. If you check the pinned comment, it's there. Yeah, you lot know I can't do maths, disgruntled blogger. You know what I'm saying? You lot watch me do the mental arithmetic and just struggle. You know what I'm saying? You lot already know. You lot already know I can't, innit? Like, I'm not the brightest. I'm not the brightest. Brian, who says, Flawless, can we talk about Garnacho's goal? Good, great goal. Great team goal, great finish. Just unfortunate it was offside, but that comes down to what I'm talking about when I say pace and power. Garnacho, Rashford, and Pellistri are probably the only 3 players who scored that goal. And that's what it is. You see him. Højlund, you're throwing that mix as well because he looks very quick. But you've seen the difference Højlund made as well. And that's what I talk about. Garnacho off the bench is at his best. And if he scores, if he's onside, if he's, you know, a further inch back, if he's a further half a yard back, a centimeter of a yard back, he's onside, and we're talking about Manchester United winning at the Emirates 2-1. So it's fine margins. It's fine margins. It's very, very fine margins. Jack says the performance wasn't good for me. We kept possession only in our half, didn't do anything in their half. In the first half, we had like 30 final third passes to Arsenal's 90, even though we had possession. Never said the performance was good. I said it was solid, which it was. The performance was solid. We limited Arsenal going forward, and we know about us going forward offensively. We can do no better than that. You complain day in, day out, Jack, on here in the comment section about how poor our attack is. Why are you expecting more from him? Our attack is not very good. We know this. I never said the performance was good. I said the performance was solid, like I said, which it was. Limit Arsenal, go a goal in front, which we did, and then we gifted them 2 sloppy goals. Simple as that. Well, like I said, you don't rate the players but then expect more from them. Make it make sense. Starlord says hit the like button, people, and then hit the subscribe button, then become a member. You know what to do, guys. Yeah, the link's in the pinned comment. So it should pop up on the top of your screen, people. To Alu says, wouldn't you say we played to Rashford's style of play? Rashford can fit any style of play, to be honest, because of his attributes. When you're that quick, even if you're playing against a low block, you're still able to have impact. We see that against Forest, because Forest scored 2 goals and then sat deep, and Rashford still had impact. Yeah. Yeah. Is what it is. Do I think this is the beginning of the end for Ten Hag? Nah, I don't think it is. Ronaldo scored 18 league goals. He got criticized, and rightfully so, because they don't help the team apart from goals. I will get rid of the whole attack. I agree with you. I would get rid of the whole attack. But the difference is Rashford goals contributed to us having a good season. His goals contributed to others scoring to an extent, even though we didn't get a lot of goals. So that's the big difference. We finished. You can't compare. Ronaldo scores 18 goals. We have our worst ever season. Rashford scores 18 goals. We have one of our best ever seasons. One of our best seasons in 6-7 years. That was our best season since we won the Europa League and the League Cup. So that's the big difference. It's not the same. It's really not the same. Now, if you scored 18 goals and we finished 8th, different conversation. But again, like I said, all pile on Rashford. Well, Jack says, I expect more from our manager who has spent 400 million in this time here and we play like Nottingham Forest. Well, that's on you then. That's your fault for expecting more from the manager, innit? That's on you. Because you don't rate the manager, so why do you expect more from him? Don't get it. You don't rate the manager, you don't rate the players, but you expect more. Make that make sense. You've made this perfectly clear. You don't rate the manager, you think he's terrible. The vast majority of the players are terrible. Why do you expect more? Someone make that make sense. I'm lost. I'm lost. I don't get it whatsoever. That makes no sense. If someone can clear that up for me, please do. Please do. Please do. You know what I'm saying? How bad the manager's awful, terrible. This, that, and the third. The attackers are terrible. Money's been spent terrible. Why are we not performing better? The manager's not good. The players are not good, according to most. The vast majority of the players are not good. So why are we expecting more? Don't get it. Yo, Flawless just got here. Thoughts on the Sancho situation. Before I continue, let's bump up the likes. All right, 60 likes. All right, let's go. We're at 60 likes. We're at 60 likes. Let's go. Let me see how many subscribers we're on as well. Let's see. Oh, yeah, shit. We went over 7,900. Let's go. Yo, Flawless just got here for, yeah, like I said, thoughts on the Sancho situation. I did talk on this earlier. I'll talk on it again in regards to, I never like managers criticizing players publicly. The reason why it's tough to say who's right and who's wrong, because we don't know what's going on in training. If Sancho isn't performing in training and the manager says that, to me, I understand. Even though I disagree, I understand why he says where he is. On the flip side, say Sancho is performing well and Ten Hag's unfairly targeted and unfairly criticizing him. I understand Sancho responding in the manner in which he did. So that's my thoughts on it. But this is a fire we should have put out in the summer. We should have moved him on. Sancho, I don't believe will be successful here. I said this all summer long. Move him on. I think he's a super talented player, but move him on. Move him on. All right, what are we doing? But hey, that's on whoever the case may be. I don't know if that's Ten Hag. I don't know if it's the hierarchy, but Manchester United making bad decisions. We know this. Sancho was never going to be successful under Ten Hag. We've seen it last season where literally everybody improved by him. We even seen De Gea, who's now been moved on, improved. Literally everyone, whether they improved, I'm not saying they all improved to a level we would like, but we watched everybody improve in this team. Every single player last season improved. But probably him and maybe McTominay. We've seen Wan-Bissaka improve. We've seen Dalot improve. I've seen all these players we don't rate actually improve. Oh, yeah, Martial throw in the mix as well. We've seen all by him. Tells you what you need. Tells everybody improving apart from you. But, yeah, man, you already know, Sheik. So 7.9K. Let's run it up, people. We're almost at 8K. Yeah, man, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. I speak on it because I love football, this football club, and I want this club to be successful. I don't like that direction we're going in, and I'm calling it out. So, all right, cool. So you just sit in the chat and complain then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to tell you. You don't rate the players. Like I said, Jack, you don't rate the players. You don't rate the team. So it shouldn't be a shock that the team's not going in the direction you're going in. Stop being blinded by your love for the football club, because I love the football club as well. But the reason why I don't hype on about it, because I understand the level these players are at. Like I said, you don't rate the manager, you don't rate the players, but then act shocked when we're not going to a certain level. We spent 400 million to play like Nottingham Forest, according to you. So you shouldn't be shocked when we put in poor performances. Just accept where we're at. That's what it is. Or don't, like I've said before, if it's that bad, don't watch. If it's that bad, don't watch. Said it before, I said it again, man. Don't watch. Manchester United's all doom and gloom, and the manager's so bad, and the players are so bad, and you don't like the direction we're going in, don't watch the games. Don't have to watch the games. Don't make yourself miserable. Don't watch. Simple as that. And that's to anyone. It's not letting you join the membership thing. What's it saying? You should be able to join. Let me know what it's saying, Boss Robbo, in regards to when it pops up. Man said, Brian says, watch Matoma and United and just die. Yeah, because the levels of expectation is different. I watched Brighton versus Newcastle. Matoma was okay. Matoma wasn't anything special. Matoma was not anything special. If Rashford, but if we would have beat Newcastle 3-0 and Rashford would have performed like Matoma performed, Rashford would get criticized. Because the levels, like I've said before, the levels of expectation are different. If we lose 3-1 at home to West Ham, people are still talking about it now. They lost and nobody mentioned it. I'm saying nobody mentioned it whatsoever. Because the levels of expectation between Manchester United and Brighton are two different things. That's why I hate when I strongly dislike, should I say, when people use Brighton as a comparison. Don't do that, because the expectation is completely different. Because if we got people still bring up us losing 7-0 to Liverpool, no one brings up them getting battered 5-1 at home to a relegation battle in relegation battle in Everton under Sean Dyche. Man, Everton were in shocking form. And that was the result that actually saved them from relegation. But people don't talk about it still. And that was after our defeat to Liverpool. The same way no one talks about them just losing at home to David Moyes' West Ham. Let's not talk like the expectation is the same. I really don't. I'm not with it. Let's see what else. Hey, big up Rums, this guy running bad. He says, I think the direction you're going in is fantastic. Smash the likes, people. Big up Flawless. Big up my guy Rums every single time. You already know. I say, yeah, them look all right, but I expected that from Liverpool. That's why I picked them second. Star-Lord says, that's where I am. We are where we are at the moment. I can't get stressed like I used to. I value my mental health. That's the thing is people be watching, knowing we're bad, and then complain we're bad. It's like sitting down, watching a film you know is trash, and then complaining that, all right, a series, I should say, you've watched season 1 and season 2 of a set series and they're both bad. Then you sit down and watch season 3 and say, this is awful. Stop. I've said it before. Stop watching. Manchester United, it's all doom and gloom, and you don't like the direction the club's going in, and the manager's terrible, and we play awful football, and there's no light at the end of the tunnel, and all the players are bad. Don't watch. Said it before, I say it again. Don't watch. Save yourself the pain. There's plenty of other football going on. There's Premier League football all weekend long. There's European football, whether it's France, Spain, Germany, Italy, you can watch all week long. There's other sports you can watch too. Don't watch. Don't watch. But people won't because people like complaining. And then we'll say, oh, well, it's because I love the club. Now you like to complain, which is cool. I'm just not with that. So I call it out. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to hear people complain. I'm here like complain like in one-offs, yes, but complain every day. Just don't watch. Brian says, I guarantee Sancho will look back at his career and be disappointed with himself. If it pans out like this, yes, because of his talent. He needs to step up. 110%. He needs to step up, but he should have, as well as he should have forced the move. I think that should have been sorted out in the summer. But hey, the window's closed. But the window's closed. Sheik says Rashford was dropped last season for showing up late to training. This is when he was in a good run of form as well. He didn't moan and complain. Took it on the chin and continued his good form. Yeah, like, that's what that is. Big up to Daredevil, says big up Flawless and everyone else. Love from the USA. Flawless, yesterday's game proved that our problems are in the midfield and attack. Simple as that. Yeah, and I don't even think more so. When I say the midfield, I thought Eriksen and Casemiro did what I wanted them to do. I don't really have too many complaints with what them two did. It's the front four, which Bruno technically is a midfielder, even though he's an attacking midfielder. So I get your overall point, Daredevil. Yes, I hear that. I do hear that. See, even Star-Lord's finished. Even Starlord says everyone knows Bruno and Anthony are my guys, but I can't go to war for them. I respect it, Starlord. I'll go to war for any of these. Like, I get that. I get it. My guy Sancho will be the scapegoat, and this club is finished after him and Anthony are gone for completely different reasons. To Trip Vic, who says, when you say Anthony, let me know, Trip. When you say Anthony's the scapegoat, the scapegoat for what exactly? Because he said this himself. So I would love to know what that means. Because I don't know. You say the scapegoat. Scapegoat for what exactly? What's he being scapegoated for? Because I can't say I don't see him as a scapegoat because I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't know. Yeah. How to beat. Voice of Reason says, my expectations for our team are so low that I'm happy we didn't get battered. I'm hoping with the addition of Hoyland and Amrabat we'll perform better. I hear you, and I think we will with the addition of those two. And like I said, the overall performance, I have no issue with. I have no issue with the overall performance. We should have got something from that game. The manager coached us and set us up very well to get something from that game. And I will reiterate that. We gave away 2 unforgivable goals. Guess what? That's on us. That's on the team. I can't even just say just the defense, because conceding from straight away from kickoff is on everybody. Conceding from a corner is on everybody. That's everybody out there. Unforgivable at any level. Saturday League, Sunday League, any level. Any level. That's just what it is. Yeah, Sancho can definitely have a good career. Don't get it mistaken. It's to Brum who says Sancho is the new Pogba. Rance was right. Brum, when you say that, in what sense is he the new Pogba? What's he being scapegoated for? I genuinely want to know what he's being scapegoated for. What's he being scapegoated for? What I may have missed something. What is he being scapegoated for? Oh, Sancho is the scapegoat for us playing a very bad way of playing, can't put it properly, my bad. Nah, it's cool, Trip. Are you even wrong? I was just genuinely asking. I don't think he gets, because he's not played. So I don't think he's been criticized. I think that's not the correct thing. I don't think that's right. I genuinely don't think that's right. He's not been unfairly criticized, in my opinion. Because he's not played this season. I've not seen anyone say Sancho's at fault. He didn't play against Arsenal. Did he get on against Forest? I think he got off the bench against Forest. He came off the bench against Spurs, I think. And against Wolves, did he play? I don't even remember if he played or not. Someone let me know. But I've not seen anybody blame him for this season because he's not played. Yeah. Like, man said Saeed and all them man stay criticizing him. You clearly didn't watch the Unfiltered podcast yesterday because Saeed was defending him. Saeed was defending him yesterday. So who are we talking about? Like, I've not seen anybody criticize Sancho this season because he's not played. Hasn't even started a match this season. I don't get this. This is why I would have loved him to have said what he said. Like, I would have loved him to elaborate on what he meant by that. I defended Bruno, but with him in the team, there's a clear ceiling for this team. Why on God's green earth did we not buy Maddison? Because we just make foolish decisions. We should have. I was banging on about signing Maddison the entire summer. I've wanted Maddison for a whole year. I've been saying sign James Maddison, but the club never signed players I want. Like, so I knew we weren't gonna get him. And now you see how he started off at Spurs. He's an elite creator. He's an elite creator. Elite. That's why Spurs take him out that Spurs side. They don't look so good. He's an elite creator. And I'm glad here that you said apparently, because Starlord says the bare minimum for a professional footballer is to work hard, and Sancho ain't doing it, apparently. So I'm saying, apparently. We don't know that. So I'm glad you added apparently, Starlord. Yeah. So what are we talking about? He's not playing because the manager wants very different things he wanted from him last year, which is not fair in my opinion. Okay, what does the manager? All right, so what does the manager want from him this year that he's not getting last year? Elaborate, because I've not seen Ten Hag say anything on this. So to me, this is speculation. So let me know unless I missed Ten Hag saying something. So what does Ten Hag want from Sancho this season that he didn't want from him last season? Because this is all speculation, and this is more speculation. Like Sancho playing the victim mentality, performing the pitch when you're given your chance, and you would start every week. He should have been given a chance because our other attackers are shocking. I can't say he's playing the victim mentality because I don't know if he's right or wrong. In regards to the training situation, I don't know if he's right or wrong. Nobody knows if he's right or wrong because we don't know what's going on in training. In regards to him giving his chances, he hasn't been given a fair shot this season. So, but he didn't say anything about that in his statement. So again, speculation. Speculation. Should he have been given a chance? Yes, I said I would have played him as a 9. All season long, I would have played him. Haldane says, nobody said yesterday we lost that game because we didn't have Sancho. This is facts. This is facts. I've been at OT last season. The fans hate him. I can't lie. Some fans do dislike him because he's not performed well. That's why. If you don't perform well, fans are going to get onto your case. And on top of that, fuck the fans. Say this all the time, including myself. Forget what fans think. Perform. That's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. That's nothing to do with nothing. I don't get that. So in terms of him being scapegoated, no, he's performed poorly, so fans criticize him. Now we can say other players have performed poorly and not been criticized. Depends who you're talking to. Because I've heard Martial. I know man who go OT week in, week out. I got a cousin who goes OT week in, week out. And I hear everybody gets criticized. I've seen Sancho get criticized. I've heard Rashford get criticized. Anthony's been criticized. Martial's been criticized. Bruno's been criticized. The list goes on. I've seen them all get criticized. So, like, let's not do this. Let's not use OT like that's all Manchester United fans. What are we talking about? Let's see what else you lot are saying. Yeah, we should have signed Madison. I know. We should have definitely signed Madison. We definitely should have signed him. Let's see what else you lot are saying. Trip Vic says he wants wingers and strikers to run around because he's expecting the midfield to give the ball away frequently. Sancho's not a hard worker, admittedly, but he keeps the ball very well. See, I don't think he's expecting the midfield. I disagree with this. No manager is expecting their midfield to give the ball away frequently. No manager sets up like that. No manager in the history of football has ever said, right, you man in midfield, my midfield 3 or 2 or whatever formation you're playing, go out there and give the ball away frequently. No, what are we talking about? That's not the case. No. Again, speculation. We're doing too much. See what else you lot are saying as well. What I think is when we play good, no one says anything positive. When say that again, Boss Robocall, say that comment again, and I get to it. Hey, Flawless Bruno fans were saying Madison not good enough for Manchester United. Oh, I know. Yeah. I remember this. This is why I say pay no attention to fans, including myself. I had the conversation in the summer. Yeah, I remember this. I'm a big fan. I've wanted anyone who knows me knows I've wanted Madison at Manchester United because I think he's a quality player. I genuinely think he's a quality player. But hey, big up to Chris. I see you, man. Good to see you in the chat. Good to see you in the chat, man. Like, but hey, we move. It is final few questions, people. I got battling enough at 6, actually. I got battling enough at 6. All right, 78 likes. All right. Let's see if we get any more new subs as well. Don't forget, link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well. And on top of that, don't forget, we are available on audio-only platforms, people. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV. And this show, all the other shows on the YouTube channel will pop up. So on SoundCloud, hit us with a follow. Spotify, if you listen to music on Spotify or you listen to podcasts on Spotify or both, all you Android users, hit us with the follow on Spotify and 5-star us. I believe we've had 4 people 5-star us. I need to double check that. I think it's at 4. So yes, all you Spotify users, like I said, whether it's music, podcast, or both, hit us with the follow button. Just type in Sarcasm City TV on your Spotify app, and it helps. It really, really does help. And on top, and also speaking of music platforms, all you people who use iTunes, Apple Podcasts, well, all you iPhone users who use Apple Podcasts, 5-star us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts. Please 5-star us, hit us with a review on there, innit? So if you listen to music on iTunes, I know there's many of you lot with iPhones. I know people watching this right now or watching this back or even listening are like, I have an iPhone. 5-star us, man. Use it. It helps. Trust me. Trying to get the big Spotify, the big iTunes, the big audio bags as well, man. We're not just a YouTube channel. We're actual podcasts out here, people. So you can listen on audio platforms. So whether you listen while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're driving, while you're at work, you may be on your way to work, you may be at the gym, you may just not want to have the YouTube app open, you may be scrolling on other things on your phone, you may be diving into a girl's DMs whilst listening to the podcast. That's absolutely fine, people. But like I said, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, I'm going to drop the links in the chat in a second, but the links are underneath in the description. And on top of that, make sure you follow the Kick as well. Follow the Sarcasm City TV Kick, people, because we will be live there 8:30 p.m. for the fan calling show, because all of the content that was on the Twitch is now on the Sarcasm City TV Kick, people. So all your fan calling shows, non-Manchester United Premier League watch-alongs, non-Manchester United Champions League watch-alongs, non-Manchester United FA Cup and League Cup watch-alongs, F1 content, NBA content, the boxing show, big fights, big nights only, all on the Sarcasm City TV Kick, Kick. So download the Kick app for free. You sign up for free. Same way you watch and comment on YouTube. It's the exact same on the Kick, people. We drop the links in the chat. Let's see what else. Let's see what else you lot are saying. No, Fahadeen, I wouldn't. You crazy. That's too far. Sheik, I'll get to this as well. I know you did ask this question for Flawless. We played Brighton next, which is a difficult game. Where do you think we go from here? Haaland and Amrabat are now available as well. Martinez, I heard, isn't a serious injury. So we'll be all right then. I genuinely think we'll be all right. Like, for real. I genuinely think we'll do just fine in regards to Amrabat and Haaland will make a difference. And it's at home. It's at Old Trafford, right? And more often than not, we put in a performance. So I expect us to beat Brighton. I think we'll beat them. The players will be up for it. The place will be rocking, international break, etc., etc. No injuries. Martinez being back as well. I think we'll just be just fine. You put Amrabat in the midfield. There'll probably be Amrabat, Casemiro, Bruno. He probably goes with that. Højlund up top. Probably Anthony from the right, Rashford from the left. And then you go Wan-Bissaka, Dalot. Yeah, Martinez and Lindelof with Onana in goal. I like that. That's good enough. Like that's more than good enough. Crap, where is that one? Is that Spotify? Yeah, just dropping the links in the chat as well. I do need to close this show out. But big up to you lot, man. You lot are real ones. You lot are real ones. Just dropping the links for all the audio platforms in the chat. Really should have done this stream outside, man. It was warm. But I've been running around. I need to go have this freaking cough syrup as well while we move. Boss Robo Quartz, big up. I don't know why you was having issues joining the membership. Actually, let me drop the membership link in the chat as well, even though it's in the pinned comment, so it should be there. 1 second. I'll drop the link right now. So that's the link to the membership as well, right there. Couple more questions. See what else you lot are saying. Now, I got the cough syrup here, disgruntled blogger. You know what I'm saying? I got it. Yeah, I got it. Hey, see, my guy, my singer, just 5-starred on Apple Podcast. Real one, man. It helps. Trust me, man. Trying to get that back from one of these audio platforms, whether it's Spotify, whether it's iTunes, whoever else. So all that helps with the audio platforms. I'm telling you. So yeah, my singer, much appreciated. Hey, Boss Robo Call. So you talking about Hassan? He gonna talk his shit? Like, what can I do? I can't defend these man. After that, like, if these man, I wish I could, but I can't defend these man. Comedians, that's what they are. Like, I can't defend them 2 goals we conceded. Outrageous. Oh, goddamn outrageous. See what's going on here. There we go. All right, let's see. Oh, we're going live at 15. I mean, at 15, at 6:05. Big up to Profit Posse. Fire name, by the way. Says just sub the other day, Arsenal fan. But I like how you're level-headed, bro. Hey, big up, much appreciated. And make sure you're here for on Thursdays as well. If you are up late or wherever you are based at midnight. So obviously that's the Manchester United Arsenal show with myself and Cam. So yeah, make sure you check that out. But that's all on the, what's it called? It's all on the upcoming live stream schedule. Yeah, Jack, that's crazy in regards to Luke Shaw. It's crazy. Sheik says, funny thing is, last season, I think we were 2 wins from 4 as well. Exactly. Like, there's not really much change. 1 to 2 home games, lost 2 away games against 2 big 6 sides. But anyway, we're going to close out. Love to everyone that has locked in. We're back tonight on the kick. We're back tonight on the kick, 8:30 p.m. people. Yeah, 8:30 p.m. on the kick. That's the fan calling show. So I'll post it on the community page on here. I'll post it on all the socials. So follow me at That's Me Flawless, also on that Sarcasm City TV, and that way you can get the links to call in. Because the fan calling show is open to anybody to call in. So you don't have to be a United fan. You don't have to come on and talk about United. You can talk about whatever sport you want to talk about, sport and conversation. So yeah, man, large up to everyone that has locked in. Hope you lot have enjoyed the show. This has been the ManDem United. Let me see who's live actually before we close out. Let me see. Glad you lot have enjoyed the show. Let's see. Hey, you know what? We'll raid Lewis because he's actually still live. So we'll go to Lewis, even though he's been live for like 3 hours. But yeah, go big him up and tell him Chelsea is shit and they're in 12th. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up.